Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video, and well, finally back with my chart haul video for like January 2K21, I guess. It's been a while since I shot my last video, like about 2 weeks, because well, it was busy at the distribution job I work at in the vinyl warehouse and stuff, and I had other things to do, and also I had like a big bunch of promos coming in to review, so I'm always like into updating my website nightstyles.de and stuff, and I had to do a little bit of label work and stuff and had to prepare things, so it took me a while to come around to shoot this video. I had expected to be able to shoot this like last weekend, but it didn't happen, so now here we go. Not 10 tracks I want to show you, not 10 records, but as mentioned as in the last chart haul video, I have to restrict myself a little bit due to things that happened and also due to the like COVID situation, because well, freelance work hasn't been that busy in the last month, so well, I have to cut down on buying vinyl, which sucks because there is so much good stuff announced and coming out these days, but I managed to grab like a few cuts. So let's start with a 10-inch on the Naughty 93 label, which is a sub-label of Focus recordings from the Netherlands. Opus 3, Kings of My Castle. No artist name given for that, and that is for a reason, because well, this is a bootleg in wonderful mustard colored marbled vinyl, which I really like. Well, I'm usually not the biggest mustard fan and also not the mustard color fan, but on this one, this looks really great. And yeah, Opus 3 of course is a bootleg of It's a Fine Day, and Kings of the Castle is a bootleg of the legendary Wemdo project house strictly rhythm tune from back in the day. This is not house, of course, but when you hear the Focus Records name, drum and bass comes to mind, and this is a kind of mixture of like old school breakbeat, UK hardcore, happy hardcore, and a little bit of jungle. So yeah, really good stuff, really enjoyed it, and I'm still hunting down that Wemdo project, King of My Castle original mix, not the original, but that like famous remix that was big on MTV and Viva as well, so like a big house hit, but I don't own it, so and therefore I had the vocals in my mind all the time, so this is why I bought this, and I'm really happy to have this bootleg, as I said, on the Naughty 93 label, a sub-label on Focus Recordings. And we're going further into bass music with the next one, one I had like on my want list for a while. Pugilist, Heavy Lies the Crown EP on the Truly label, or Truly, I don't know, catalog number 007, was released earlier in 2020. And what I do right now is I try to catch up on things I missed in 2020, and also to catch up on new things in 2021, so the range of stuff I'm going to show might be a little bit more varied in terms of when it was released in the past month. So here is the logo side of the Truly label. A label that is hard to come by these days, kind of, because they are selling out pretty quick. And here is the info side. And Pugilist is a guy from Australia, as far as I remember. Is described on Discogs as a producer that deals with a wide range of bass music and bass music infused stuff, and this is pretty much true for this one. Influences of like UK garage, dark garage, dubstep, post dubstep, sublow, and all, a little bit of jungle in there as well. Really deep tracks, really interesting stuff. So Heavy Lies the Crown EP on Truly, the catalog number 07. If you love bass music, you might want to check this out. And yes, of course, the silver thing is my handwriting, of course, because as a DJ, when I play out, I want to see what I play. So the next one might be a little bit, well, disputable in terms of legitimacy. Is this a word? I guess so it is. And I was really a little bit of like undecided whether to get this or not, but I had the tune, I had discovered the tune like on YouTube only a few weeks before this came out, so I finally settled on buying this, because this is Scat Bros Walk the Night, like a 1979 big tune, proto house, post disco, whatever, tune, I guess big in the gay scene as well, and the video suggests things like that as well. So really great tune, but the kind of caveat is that is released on the Spaziale Recordings label from Italy, and I had a conversation on Twitter like a good while ago with someone who is like involved in the music industry for a long time, and well, the Spaziale Recordings label obviously is a label that is bootlegging stuff big time, and not only bootlegging stuff like on this label, but there seems to be a whole operation behind this run by a guy from Italy that is into bootlegging and stuff since the 80s, I guess. And he, as far as I know, and well, I'm not able to share the big details, but he has even forged documents to make himself president of a record company on paper, so he can like license stuff from that record company to himself, to his other labels, to make it seem legitimate and stuff. So really, really shady operation. But as a collector and as a DJ, I was like, well, I want a clean copy of Walk the Night. So I got this, but I'm a little bit, yeah, undecided if I want to support this Spaziale Recordings label. But anyway, and if you are interested in how this sounds, there is a video on YouTube which also, yeah, I guess it was an official video for this, and this pretty much suggests that this was or must have been like a gay disco big tune. So yeah, interesting stuff, but I would rather have like bought an original, but I wasn't like gonna hunt this down because I had this like sitting at my fingertips for a good price. So the next one, also a reissue kind of, and we're dealing with a lot of reissues this time, but those tracks, as far as I know, have not been released previously. So Nexus 21, made in Detroit on the Network Records label, epic logo, really epic logo. I really like this kind of old school futuristic computer graphics kind of typography. And what this is the project, of course, of Mark Archer and Chris Pete. Nexus 21, the project they had before Alternate became a big thing, and with Nexus 21 they had a thing going on from the UK onwards that they were like influenced by Detroit techno big time in the late 80s and stuff. And then they flew out to Detroit. I don't know if they had like an appointment or if they just flew out to meet the guys. And these tracks that were on there, Don't Do It Like That, Nexus, and No Statues, have been recorded in the original KMS studios in Detroit. So this is like really produced in Detroit, therefore the single or the title and stuff. And this is more like house oriented kind of when you compare this to the Nexus 21 album I showed as well on this channel. Really catchy, of course, like it sounds like it was like a late 80s production, but as far as I know, those tracks have been unreleased until now. So this is like a thing, if you're into electronic music history, this might be a thing to get. Nexus 21, made in Detroit 30 years after the original recording. And the next one, we're gonna go with some like more recent stuff. Once again, Lucy, the writing EP on the Shall Not Fade label, another label to check out if you love bass music, and one of those labels which put out like way too much releases these days with all the sub labels and stuff, and it's impossible to catch up on all these things. But this I had to get. Many more are on my want list. So what this is a sweet bass music crossover thing. Imagine like ghetto bass meets high speed garage meets booty house, some dirty lyrics on there, some electro influences on there. Great stuff. Really enjoy the Shall Not Fade 040, so catalog number 40, and it must be, or it is like kind of sold out, I guess, because it was released only in a limited quantity. So another bass music 12-inch that is great, and I want to have like the complete back catalog of the Shall Not Fade imprint, but this might be impossible to achieve. And now with an album, we're going back to 2006 because this one has been released only as CD on the Biene Music label back in 2006 and now has been re-released via Hamburg Smallville Records label, the guys from the Smallville Record store as well. And this is, here's a hype sticker, Move D and Benjamin Brunn, Let's Call It a Day on Smallville. I don't like the artwork at all. And usually I wouldn't have bought this just because of the artwork, because those scribble artsy things are definitely not my type of style, and I don't really enjoy looking at those. But the music is really great, and I heard this, I guess at the job, because we are in the warehouse, we are listening to music most of the time as well, and my colleague had this on his playlist, and this is like really deep, like armchair techno, intelligent techno, deep listening music, epically long tracks. I guess the longest track is like 17 minutes long, very minimalistic, stripped down, but really yeah, enjoyable. And I totally had missed out, and I had missed out on a lot of smaller releases actually as well, and hadn't discovered Move D. Well, I knew about Move D and I saw him playing live in the Poodle Club back in the late 90s, I guess, but couldn't like wrap my head around his music for the longest of times. But now I really enjoy this, and had this also put in a remix, in a mix I recorded like for a radio station that will be aired later on in 2021. So watch out for my radio shows on Radio Flouka, because you might hear a snippet of this. And the last one is a reissue as well, originally released on the legendary Mill Plateau label, I guess 25 years ago, so that must be 95, I guess. And this is Thomas P. Heckmann's Age project with the Orion Years, which is a homage to the German science fiction series Raumpatrouille Orion, which was aired on TV as one of the first science fiction series ever back in 1966, so very long ago. And here's a little bit of a story on the hype sticker, and this is not only a reissue of this album, which is great. The original artwork was blue on silver, so now they decided to flip this, and this is not a one-on-one reissue 100%, but what they did is what Thomas P. Heckmann did, aka he remastered all the tracks, and he changed or switched up the running order, and also removed tracks he was not really satisfied with, and therefore added some others. So this is like an updated version, which is celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Age album, the Orion Years, which is released on the Hybride Sentimento label, I guess, as their catalog number 003. Really an interesting label, and I love the fact that a lot of stuff I missed back in the days is reissued these days, so I'm rather like buying old stuff which is re-released these days, but I'm also trying to catch up on new things and stuff, and there's so much more on my want list. And yeah, this is it. This is the last final album, I guess. The Orion Years on Hybride Sentimento, really recommended. Musically, it's like a little bit of deep floating acid trance, intelligent techno meets IDM electronica, very spaced out, so really 90s sounding, which I really like. So definitely music that would have been like played in like 90s chill out rooms at the the small floors where people could like come down on raves and stuff. And yeah, really enjoyed those rooms back in the day as well, because they had a lot of interesting music going on. And yeah, this is my final album. Fingers crossed for the next month, for the next chart haul, because up until now I haven't bought anything, because there's like still a kind of dispute about like invoices and stuff and bills that I think I had paid, but other people think I hadn't. So I will have to do a little bit of paperwork and wait for paperwork to come in to check those. And if like my record buying habit will like depend on if these bills really have been unpaid, or like if I have paid and this was just like they were not accounted for or whatever. So this is the thing for today. I'm gonna go into edit mode so you can see this video today. If you like, I'm gonna put a video up there somewhere, like check out my Bandcamp as well, because, well, get those records to your space and to your living rooms and stuff. And before the new Intrauterin recordings record drops, I'm still waiting for a call from the pressing plant that I can pick them up, but this will happen very soon. And for other things, you know, the score, leave me a comment, leave me a like, share the record, share the video and stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. See you later.